imagine that many of the people who will be using this space for what it's been made for will not even notice that there's an artwork there. The project was really born from conversations what was going to happen with the renovation of this warehouse. I could participate somehow, make an intervention or make an addition or make a subtraction or something to the space. And so coming to look at it, I was drawn to the tower that was here because its function was to take one kind of electricity and turn it into another kind of electricity to be used. And so I quite liked the idea of the history of that and to try to use it again in a different way. It was important to me to make a work that if somebody's not looking for a sculpture there, they're not going to see anything there. And somebody who is looking for a sculpture is going to see something there. A lot of my works, every element that makes them up is familiar. And haven't put them in an unfamiliar setting or unfamiliar situation, except for that it's isolated in a gallery or a museum, or here is a permanent installation. Provides the opportunity to look at the world that we live in and to see the things that make up profoundly the humanness of the things that we use. In a bar, you're drinking from a glass that many other lips have touched and many other words were spoken over, and you can never know that history, but you know that there is a history. And sculpture is one of the really rare places in the world where you can start to describe certain things that you can't access specifically.
God of rooms, of this room made of taken away papers and books. Of removal, this single room made of taken away. Empty now. God of empty rooms. God of one unable to speak. God of upturned boats in the wind. God of boats and mouth and ear. Listen to someone. Be of you. Needful to someone.
There is not a specific connection between poetry and making art for me, but I discovered about 10 years ago that the people who were my age, my contemporaries, who were poets, were working with some of the thoughts and the ideas and the ways of working that I really could identify with, many times even more than I could identify with visual artists. We live in a world that's been made by people. Almost everything that we touch and we see around us has been made or configured or designed, manufactured in one place of the world and taken to another. We live around these constellations of things that actually come from everywhere. And you can't know what somebody was feeling when they made your wall. The kind of artwork I make is static. It's not based on a period of time. It doesn't have a beginning or an end. It even doesn't have the kind of details that you would look at to get more meaning, like you can in most paintings. For this project, I had to reveal aspects of my process of working, which is uncomfortable to me, so I had to I had to trust the people who were involved. And I think I can safely say that all of us who were intimately involved in working on this process went through many changes in our feelings about the work and about what it meant to produce a work and what it means to think about how the public interacts with things and what to tell people and what not to tell people, how to allow an artwork to be alive and what that means. It's a lot of questions.